Hey guys, Katie Vibes here. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I was going to wear these until I realized it's going to reflect my ring light the entire time, and that seems quite annoying. Anyways guys, Katie Vibes here. Welcome, or maybe, just maybe, welcome back to my channel. And today we're doing something that I haven't done on this channel before, and something I might do quite a bit because I always think these are really funny when I do see them. Also, why my lips look damp on my lip? You always look great right there. We are doing an expectations versus reality video, and this one is going to be for cakes. Speak from experience here. You can have a super cute idea and your cakes can taste delicious. You can have something to look right at, and there's still a strong possibility it's gonna look absolutely nothing like the picture you're looking at. I baked a cake for a coworker that was leaving, and she adored her cats. So I had a circle pan. Did I have a cat pan? I'm like trying to remember if I did the ears. I did the ears. I did. She was ecstatic. She adored it. She thought it was so cute. Everybody at work was like, "Oh my god, you made that?" And it's like, if I paid a bakery for that, I need my fucking money back. Like, yeah, I made that. Do you see that? Anyways, guys, let's get into this video where we check out some questionable cake choices. With this first one, I'm hoping English is not her first language. Okay, do birthday cakes for them parties. Huh? I mean, I get what she's trying to say, but no. Do not do my birthday cake, please. And not for $50. I also absolutely adore the confidence. She actually calls the cake her awesome cakes. Yeah, if I didn't have a photo of Belle, I would not know that she was trying to do Belle. The crazy thing is, she kind of looks like a monster or a creature or something that I can remember from a cartoon, and I just cannot place it, and it's driving me nuts. I got it. She reminds me of a pink Huggy Wuggy, right? Do you see it? Now this one I really like because we get a little demonstration of what they were trying to achieve and, well, what it turned out as. I mean, I guess that's how all these photos are. Here we have a very sophisticated Winnie the Pooh and a very nice porcupine cake. I don't know who would be requesting a porcupine cake. It's kind of like, it's very different. But hey, there is nothing wrong with different. And we see Pooh Bear like this. Why is that? Because the cake is like this. If you knew you didn't have enough, like, I think they're pretzels. If you didn't have enough pretzel sticks, why not just go buy more? Like, did you, like, go to the store, get everything you needed, bought a bag of pretzel sticks, ate almost the entire bag, realized, oh shit, I'm supposed to make a cake with these, and then just put what you could? Because that's what it looks like. Go get another bag. Just go get another, they're like, what? I mean, now, I guess nowadays they're like $4 for a bag. Now this one I like because of the title. A bride wanted a beautiful peacock cake, and instead she got a turkey with leprosy. So try and visualize that for just a moment. Here's the peacock cake she was hoping to get, but here's the turkey with leprosy that she did get. I just hope she didn't have to pay for that because look, weddings are stressful. I kind of think they're a little stupid, to be totally honest with you. I just don't personally get it, but that's just me. To each their own. Again, if I was rich and I had hundreds of thousands of dollars, and I'd have a beautiful ball. I'd be in like old school, like old timey dress. Oh man, I'd have so much fun. Besides, getting my whole family together sounds awful. Honestly, the whole pigs like sloshing around in a mud bath is super cute. However, the reality for this person was, they look dead. And she took these little pink cow gummies, and since they're surrounded by dead pigs, they just look like dead piglets that are like all bloodied and like partially eaten. I'm not a big fan of this one, like even like as it's supposed to be. I don't know what it is about it. I just don't, just not my thing, I guess. But as for the person that attempted it, it's a lot worse. It's a lot worse. So It seriously looks like somebody just walked over to a stack of pancakes that somebody was probably sitting at the end of a table, napkin tucked in their shirt, fork in one hand, knife in the other. And as they were put on the table and began to slide towards the person awaiting them, the person serving them just leaned over and vomited all over them. That's what it looks like to me, personally. Now, don't get mad at me. I understand what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a Smurf. If Smurfs weren't recreated recently, honestly, probably a lot of people watching this would have absolutely no idea what a Smurf is, which is crazy. If I say the Jetsons, everybody watching, do you know what I'm talking about? My goodness, I feel old. Anyways, so yeah, it's a Smurf. Totally get it. Is it a great Smurf? No. So should it have been used as your reference? No. Especially if you're not good at this kind of stuff. And in all honesty, it's awful, but because the original is not that good, it's not like that awful. I feel like this is one of the easiest ones. Like they just didn't understand the assignment. I feel like they had some of what they needed, but they didn't have pretzel sticks. They just had these little thick pretzel pieces. I'm gonna call them pretzel rods, but they're not pretzel rods. They're like the really long ones. Whatever the little pretzel nuggets. Are they pretzel nuggets? I have no idea what they're called, actually. They're not the right ones. If you look at the picture you're basing it off of, they're clearly little pretzel sticks that are broken. And then they got like a little piece of parsley or something and dipped it in there as well. Like, if you're gonna use a much thicker pretzel, why wouldn't you just make the pumpkin bigger? Like, it really seems like an easy fix, but I guess if you're not good at this kind of stuff, that just whoosh right over your head. I don't know what to say. I swallowed my spit. I swallowed my own spit. It's just that bad. If you thought the dog was bad, this is probably made by the same person, so that's supposed to be Chewbacca. If anything, it kind of looks a little bit more like a dog's face than the last dog's face. Put on some ears, you got a brown shaggy dog. Don't freak out. But I'm not a fan of The Simpsons. I'm not saying it's a bad show by any means. I just never got into it. I watched episodes like when I was a kid because my cousins would be watching it or my uncles would be watching it, whatever. So I have seen it, and I'm not saying, again, it's not a bad show. It's just not a show that I would put on to watch. And yet I still know this iconic scene. So even if you're not a fan of The Simpsons, you probably know what's going on here, and you can probably perfectly picture him just sliding back into the bushes until he disappears. So somebody wanted to replicate this already beautifully made cake or cookie. It could be one of those giant cookies that has like the icing all over it. Either way, this is the remake. What is it? I guess one of my biggest things is like, why are his eyes so black and swollen? But like, what's this yellow bit coming out? It's like a yellow, like crimson chin kind of chin. Bonus points if you know who the crimson chin is. Also, why does it just look like they just did this on like a paper plate? So if you're not really good at art or you're learning how to tattoo, I think pretty much any tattoo artist is going to tell you, don't just try jumping into people right away. So if people isn't like your go-to thing, you're going to need a lot of practice. So I don't feel like this person had a lot of practice. It's actually not the worst one we've seen. This is one of the better fuck-ups we've seen, in all honesty. Like, I was trying to think of like a good word to use, but fuck-ups. They are just genuine fuck-ups. And this is, I mean, I don't know if, I can't really say it's the best fuck-up because that would make it seem like it's like the worst one, you know, like the worst looking. When I say it's the best, I mean it's like the least bad. So, if this is our first attempt, you're doing great. You're doing wonderful. If this is like their 100th attempt and they're charging people $50, what I'm gonna say before I show you, they did not attempt the one. And I'm very thankful for that. Because in all honesty, I think if they did, well, here's their Elmo. I don't know if you can call him Elmo. He's kind of like his own little thing. But I just feel like if they attempted that one, it would be more phallic shaped. For some reason, I just see it going really, really south. Like, I just don't, see, that sounded bad too. First up, I'm not understanding this facial shape. I'm very confused. Kind of looks like she's like a man. Like, honestly, kind of reminds me of like a WWE wrestler with like the long hair. I mean, with a little girly on the hair, but I could still see a WWE wrestler here. Also, blush is supposed to kind of like blend. See how it's like blending into my face, even on, you know, the image that you're using as a reference. That's not blush. I'm sure there are women that do that. There are definitely women that do that with their blush, but typically they're clowns. So I'm going to show you the cake first on this one. Okay. If you're able to guess who that is without me showing you, I'll be even more impressed, because I don't think I would have known if I hadn't like seen what they were basing it off of. You might be thinking like, you know, maybe like somebody from like the 1700s, you know, like with the big white wigs, like a judge from that time era, George Washington perhaps. No, it's Buzz Lightyear. You see it? This one is off of Reddit and it bothered me. It really bothered me, actually. It's really good, as in both of them. Both of them are awesome. That is way more than I could do. Okay, I'm not good at like creative stuff at all anyways. I make delicious cakes. I'm a good baker. When it comes to taste, it's the whole like decorating aspect that gets that really gets away from me. They're both really good. So I just feel like this is a person really, really, really reaching for like compliments and attention. You can't make this and think it's bad, right? And I know there are some people that genuinely look at everything they do and think it's bad. Like that, I would know it was good. You can't not know. Now this is something I think is really cute, and I actually really wanted to try it for Christmas this year, but it's gonna be a pretty lonely Christmas. I'm pretty sure it's just gonna be my mom and I for Christmas this year, so not really much of a point in making a bunch of goodies that, you know, I would just have to separate anyway. But I know that if I were to attempt it, I would do a lot better than that. How do you not understand that they're not each individual cupcakes? They are literally all together, and then the icing goes over it. Also, what is with the eyes? You're telling me you could not go out and get another color, or just get all white icing and then go get one of those little kits that has like different colors of food coloring? But the red for the eyes it's not even red. You can tell they put some other color to like dull it down, or they probably had food coloring and they did less red, so it wasn't as red as the hat. He looks baked. Okay, he is baked. I really genuinely didn't mean to do that. I meant like he looks high. He looks stoned off his ass. That's how he looks. And honestly, I think whoever made it was stoned off their ass, because that would explain this. And then honestly, good job, because you didn't eat all of them while you were trying to make it. This mini mouse cake is highly impressive. So just a random somebody in their house that has little to no cake making abilities or cake decorating abilities, because again, I can bake a cake. Just not gonna be the prettiest cake. If you want me to do anything besides just icing it, and even then I can't even do that perfect. So not something you should attempt unless you're like an extremely skilled baker. But the issue that I have with this remake, first let me show it to you. Why does it look like that? There's like, it's like shiny, like it looks wet. Why does it look wet? It's a cake. That should be icing, maybe fondant. Why does it look wet? This is one of those, just because you can, doesn't mean you should. Licorice, Hershey Kisses, still in the wrappers. Just because you can, doesn't mean you should. Elsa's back. This one's not much better. I like that they attempted to make it like the bust of her, right? Like it's like 3D or whatever. If you're not skilled at decorating cakes, stop trying to do people. Now, before I show you this next one, I want to give you a bit of a warning. I know that it had a lot of people upset. It had a lot of people in an uproar quite a few years ago now. It's been quite some time, so that's why I don't think it's like that big of a deal to bring up. But I do think a lot of people could still get very easily offended about what I'm about to show at the end of this video. Now, the reason I'm showing it is because the cake itself is like extremely well done. It was just done in poor taste. Now look, I love dark humor. I love crude humor. Like I listen to Isaac Butterfield all the time, and I know a lot of women are gonna freak the hell out, but I like Matt Rife. He's a good comedian. As Oliver comes to say hi. Yeah, I've almost died at the hands of somebody before, so you know, violence is horrible. Relationship violence is terrible, but you can still make jokes out of it. I crack jokes about the terrible things I've been through all the time because that's how I get through it. And this is one of those things, this cake I'm about to show you, this is one of those things where, honestly, I get the humor in it. It was Halloween, so it was the proper time in that sense. But if you have a weak stomach or you're super easily offended, you want to stop watching the video now. Okay, are all the pansies gone now? So, I don't know if it's a meat platter or a cake because I've read different things. I've gone on like 5 different websites and I've gotten the answer twice and then 3 times. Here it is. So it's the corpse of Amy Winehouse, which I'm sure is going to offend people right off the bat. Neil Patrick Harris and his husband had this displayed at his Halloween party 3 months after the celebrity died. Months, not years, 3 months. Too soon. You know, there's like that like joke that you say and then afterwards you're like, too soon? And it's funny, right? Because it's obviously not too soon. Or it is too soon, but it's something where you can still find the humor in it. Somebody's death, especially like a really sudden, a really tragic death, like 3 months is not enough time. Like in 3 months, people are still grieving. I know my dad died very suddenly and like just not, the whole thing was like not good, you know? I mean, death's never good, but it was very sudden. It was messy. And so yeah, like 3 months I was still mourning, you know, and I can find humor in things. I really, really can. I love dark humor. I love crude humor. Like having it like displayed is a little much. And again, like the party goers had no warning. They just like walked in on this. And there was like a sign that literally said what it was, that it was Amy Winehouse's corpse. And a lot of celebrities got really mad about it. And so of course they were posting about it. And you know, you always get the fans that idolize celebrities, which is really creepy to me. And yeah, of course they're gonna hate it too. Even though if the celebrity they idolized was like, oh my God, I mean, it's too soon, but it was so well done. They would have been like, yeah, I agree. Oh, poor Amy Winehouse, but oh my gosh, yeah, so great. So I hate when people like idolize people. It's just, God, think for yourself. But anyways, when it comes to thinking for myself on this, I kind of love it. It looks great. Whoever made it did a freaking fantabulous job, right? All he had to do was wait a little while and then he could have gone through with this idea. And for this particular year, 3 months after Amy Winehouse passed, he could have chosen any other celebrity. He could have chosen Kurt Cobain. It's Halloween. You want to shock people. You want people to be disgusted and disturbed and shocked and just, you want them to like remember it too. Something that they will talk about your party over every other party, right? So I totally get it. It was too soon. That's it. And I just wanted to include it in this because it's just something that I've thought about while I was looking these up for some weird reason. It just like popped in my head and I'm like, oh, not everybody knows about that. Let me let them know about that. That is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself because I sure as hell did. Looking for cakes to find was a lot of fun because there are some really, really awful cakes out there. There was also a lot of cakes that I saw that I am pretty sure kids made. You could tell a kid did it and was trying to have fun. 4-year-old me 6-year-old me, 10-year-old me is not going to be making any cake masterpieces. I'm probably going to do like a tattoo one like this, where people have like a tattoo idea and then they show you what the tattoo comes out like, and just a few others as well. So if you enjoy this video, definitely give me a thumbs up, and then make sure you guys leave a comment because it helps me out a lot in the algorithm. And that is it for me to speak about. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, have a good one. Bye.